Well, Europe's a long way from the local bourse, but it was in the front of investors' minds as the market fell on hand-wringing over the debt crisis. I spoke to John Milroy from Macquarie Private Wealth after the session closed. John Milroy, after that early rally in the week, I guess there was no escaping European jitters, was there?
No, certainly not. But although Europe started brightly enough with some news that China was going to increase the pace of construction, and that certainly boosted some of the commodity stocks and the European indices, particularly in London. The likes of Xstrata, BHP and Rio got a lift there. The US markets took the lead from that, and also some positive news on the existing home sales for April, up for the first time in 3 months or so. That certainly helped them in positive territory, but that fell away towards the end of the session as news and comments from the ex-Greek Prime Minister suggesting that Greece is preparing for an exit from the euro. Certainly in the local market, we took that negative comments on board. We started down and finished there for the rest of the day. And also locally, we got some information about the Westpac Melbourne Institute leading indicator, suggesting that we are growing below trend, and that's raised questions about the pace and timing of interest rate cuts here by the RBA.
Now, as we've just heard, Myer has disappointed in its latest sales figures. What's your take on Myer?
Yeah, Tiki, they've given us the third quarter sales result here. That was lower than the previous corresponding period. And management have suggested that while the environment remains pretty difficult for them, they're hoping that the cessation of things like the flood levy and, of course, interest rate cuts this month of 50 basis points will help a better environment for retailing as well, and that will help them get somewhere near their guidance of the full year. They have previously indicated that they'd be down 10%, but have taken today's opportunity to downgrade further by a further 5% for the full year. Still, market not waiting around for that type of information. They've sold the stock down. It's finished down about 17 cents at $2.
Now, it seems to be a bit of a delay with industrial pallet provider Brambles trying to offload its US information management business Recall for $2 billion. Is that serious?
Well, Tiki, I think in this sort of environment it's going to be hard to finalise those types of big negotiations and big sale processes, certainly. But management indicated that they have those negotiations are ongoing, and it's worth noting for Brambles that, in our view, the sale of that business is not going to be significantly value accretive. And at the start of the month, they were one of the few companies to come out and reiterate guidance for the full year, saying they will do well out of those traditional businesses, pallets, and also the higher profit margin business, returnable plastic crates as well.
And I see Aquarius Platinum has had a fire in its half-owned Mimosa Platinum mine in Zimbabwe. No injuries that we've heard of so far, only an injury to the share price, I suppose.
Yes, management indicated that everyone managed to get out of the mine safely. No injury reported, as you say. Not too early to tell whether that's going to have some sort of impact on production and the levels of production going forward. But market wasn't waiting around and waiting for answers. They sold the stock down and finished down 7.5 on its lows.
All right, John Milroy, thank you again for joining us.
Tiki, thank you.
And to the other major movers on the local share market, mineral sands company Iluka Resources dropped more than 3% as it told investors it expects higher earnings this year. Summerton Energy moved ahead. Its biggest shareholder, Beach Petroleum, has agreed to sell to a takeover suitor. Not a good day for the gold sector, with heavyweight Newcrest sliding 2%. And with all the major telcos down, TPG dropped almost 4%. Turning to currency markets, where the Australian dollar dropped to its lowest level since last November. And in commodities in New York, oil is $91.42 a barrel, and another big drop for gold.